Hey everybody, good energy to you guys. Put that up a little bit. There we go. Oh boy, hope y'all are doing alright. I'm doing pretty good. I got some good sleep on the mountain, and we had a good moonlit walk on down the mountain and into the city, and sat by the freeway for a little bit and to see what type of help would come my way, and I received a little bit. And then I cruised on over to Starbucks and got some coffee, checked out a few things, and I did get a little bit of writing done today, and I've had some time to think. I didn't drink yesterday either, so I'm feeling it's good to wake up not hungover. But anyway, so to get to the nuts and gravy, the money thing. That's really the biggest thing that keeps coming to me is humanity needs to get over this whole money-driven profit shit. It's just, it is what it is. See, someone's trying to mix me up. It's all right. If you look at all the problems in the world today, and again, it's not the money, it's mankind's love for money and the way that we've been driven by the society and propaganda and brainwashed to care more about ourselves than we do about each other. And because we're dependent on these cities and these systems, and because there's so much selfishness that's perpetuated inside of these cities and systems, and because we rely on things like healthcare and insurance, therapies, see all these things that are outside of ourselves and like are connected to a satanic system, this is where we're putting our good faith and our good attention to. So we're perpetuating these things, and there's just no easy way around it other than to just completely detach, which also includes the money game. And to be honest, based on my experience living on the streets, something I've done this before, so I know how I feel. Y'all are gonna feel better when you detach from these things, from these lifestyles, from these foods, from these apartments, from these houses, from these cars, from all these contracts. Y'all are gonna feel much, much, much better. You're gonna feel much more in touch with the earth. You're gonna feel much more in touch with animals. You're gonna feel much more in touch with your heart energy. You're gonna be able to laugh again. I mean, not to say you guys can't laugh, but it'll come a little bit easier, perhaps. At least that's what I've found. And it's just when you look at it, if you try to look at the whole world and humanity, from a macro perspective, that's what's needed to make things more beautiful. I mean, we've had plenty of time to fuck around with money and cars and glamour and gold and glitz and all this fucking shit, and look at where it's gotten us. So, I mean, to spice it up, to change it up, to transmutate this, simply put, we got to learn the lesson, which means we're going to have to step away from our creature comforts, myself included, and stop fucking being so indulgent with whatever ways we are. We all got things we got to work on. Some of us it's excess in, drugs, some of it's money, some of it's just being selfish, some of it's just being attached to something we know isn't right, but we are so attached to it we don't know how to do anything else. I mean, we all got things to learn and grow. So, I know it's been a little bit of time since I've spoken on these things with a urgency, and me being on the streets has, as I get into my flow of being on the streets and all that, it's going to be a little bit easier and things are going to smooth out a little bit. But I'm going to keep it going, and yeah, I don't know what else to tell you guys. It's really easy living on the streets, and it's not as bad as y'all might think it is. And you also just have to realize that by me doing this, I'm not perpetuating, or it's a lesser degree of perpetuation than it is by living in these apartments, working these jobs, buying all these things. That's all stuff that's supporting a government. This is the same government that's been lying to us and misleading us, and they appear to be a certain way, but they're really not that way. The medical system, the health, all that stuff is all rooted in not a love to really help life, but actually a love to make more money, which is the root of all evil. So it is what it is, man. And again, there's no victims here because we're continuing to perpetuate this. We're continuing to pay attention to it. We're continuing to feed this beast. So we got to stop feeding the beast. And if the beast is thriving off of money and exploitation and capitalism, then common sense says we just got to flip the script, change the narrative, and work for love, work for life, work for the common good of ourselves and each other. The best way to do that I can come up with is for myself and others like myself to come up with ideas and share them with people, because that's all I have to share is my heart, my ideas, and my ability to work. But I don't want these hands to go working for something that's evil. So I need to find something, humanity needs to find something good for hands like myself and others to go and do good work. So, you know, people who have more money, they need to start stepping up and develop systems and good businesses and areas for growing food, to deal with the supply chain problem, to deal with real sickness that's really good for the human body. There's a lot of jobs that we can do that are actually good for the planet and ourselves, but we need people who have the ability to invest in areas and give us access to areas to do this type of work. So I'm gonna start coming hard on people with more resources, man, because we all got something to share in this world. If I had more, I would share more, you know. I just had, anyway, I'm not gonna get into all that, but that's all I can do. You know, you gotta work with what you got. I was not gifted a whole bunch of money, but I was gifted a spiritual awareness, ability to sense patterns, and a willingness to detach myself from the common trend of things. So that gives me a perspective that's different than others. I'm able to see things and do things at different angles than other people are able to. So from my angle, I then project that to the people that have, I've got the windows, that perspective, and the other people have got the resources. We can meet together. And again, I don't want anybody to own anything like anymore. I want it all to be shared amongst us. We all get what we do. You know, if you do more work, you get more. If you don't, you don't. You know, it's that simple. We don't need to make it all complicated. I think we need to get back into carpooling, into sharing the resources, into sharing everything. You know, we don't need everybody does not need a mansion. Everybody does not need a car. Everybody does not need a television. We don't all need all these fucking things. Not only do we not need them all, you have to also look at the cause and effect of it all. Like, this shit is bad. Like, these batteries that are used for these phones we're taking away vital resources from the earth. It's polluting the earth. There's much better ways to go about building these things, and I don't think everybody even needs all these things. And again, you have to realize that they're going to continue selling this shit as much as they can because they're profit driven. And to them, they don't give a fuck because they're evil. So they're getting off on the fact that they're getting us all to buy the evil. So we got to stop buying into it, okay? And it's like, since I've been gone from YouTube a little bit, I've noticed there's just been a lack of assertiveness and righteousness, and it's not good. So y'all, we need to wake the fuck up. Let's take care of this problem. It's really not that hard once we just get our foot in the right direction, and let's fucking change this shit, all right? Yeah, I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye.